spirit. They believed in Vans, the company, and they have fought tooth and nail, and they have won the war for this company, and it's all because of Steve Van Doren and his family, Christy and his team, everyone who he chooses, and you know, we get to be a part of that. And so I just want to say congratulations, Steve, on everything. And I know that this isn't the end. We're still growing, you know, the culture of skateboarding. So give it up for Steve Van Doren.
But no luck.
Is this the line for Space Mountain?
Yeah. It's only like 2 hours from this point. What up? What's going on, man?
It'll be a short couple minutes.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Yeah, just hanging out. It's a big reunion.
Thank you very much. All right, got a good shirt on there, Pawn Shop. Is that the one over Alhambra? No, that's the Bermuda, yeah.
Congrats!
How you doing, man?
Getting your ring today?
Yeah.
Nice. I like those.
Steve Alba and Steve Caballero. They're going to be getting their skateboarding Hall of Fame rings, and so everybody get ready. We'll be doing the presentation shortly. We will have Christian Desoy. We'll be doing the MC, so we will be having the presentation soon.
Sorry, guys. Got the roadies right here. Is it called are you called a roadie?
I'm part of the road crew.
Kryptonics.
Cool. Got you a few.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think it's probably a bearing, right? Hey, who's these hooligans right here?
And hooligans. Long Beach to Bakersfield.
Yeah. What you got there?
Glad you made it, man.
Yeah.
You skip work?
No,
You said you were birthday.
I got hurt. I got drop foot right now.
Skating?
It was beginning of skating, and it turned into like
You're ripping though, man. The nose pit?
that was like 4 years ago.
Oh, still. Right?
Yeah, I'll take that. I did that yesterday before I hurt myself.
What's a skater, man? He's not a one-trick wonder like me, man.
Oh, I am a one-trick wonder. I'm a one-trick pony. Hey, it looks good. Looks good, huh?
Right?
Saba.
Sorry. Good. Love your boards. The best ones. Some of them. Oh. There you go. Oh, get a little.
Hey, Howard. We're almost on the food. Kathleen's asking for your pizzas or hot dogs.
Better in real life. Look better in real life. Ronnie, I got it. Kinda. Yeah, just- Thank you. Thanks for signing my board. I wasn't around. Foggy did it for me. Yeah. Disappeared.
You're gonna get up to Bakersfield, right? You're gonna get up to Bakersfield soon?
I want to get the freaking hot.
Dude.
But I want to go plant there too. I'm trying to work as we can plant there too.
Oh, yeah.
I know a couple guys who can get it.
Steve Van Doren to the front, please.
Hey, get a picture for me, somebody. Your guy's in the back.
Thank you, everybody, for coming today to Hardline Skate Shop.
Hey, tall guy, get a picture for me.
The city might drop it. Oh, he's getting the show done.
All right, so let's get started. We are here to honor. Hold on.
Got mine!
We're here to honor some people we hold near and dear to our hearts. They are people that have blessed skateboarding with their talents. I know when I was a young boy, I would look in the magazine and see the Dogtown and Z-Boys with Vans tennis shoes on, one red, one blue, all these different colors. And I know I went to the store on Torrance and Crenshaw and custom ordered a pair of the, what was it, basketball one? The high top? It was like a, yeah, and it was a very good shoe. Anyway, we have Steve Caballero here, who, you know, as we all know, he needs no introduction. And Steve Alba, the legend, who won the first professional vert pool contest with his knowledge of what he needed to do to win. And I didn't even know who he was at the time. He was such a young kid. And he came in and just dominated and took first place. And over the years, I'm sure everyone that's here knows who they are. And we're here to honor them since they got in the Skateboarding Hall of Fame. Carlos the Jeweler, where is he?
Carlos!
So this all started, the rings came from when I got into the Hall of Fame. My friend, who is a jeweler, a master jeweler, Carlos, said, "Hey, I'm making you a ring." And I said, "What are you talking about, a ring?" He goes, "You're in the Hall of Fame, you need a ring. I'm gonna make you a ring." So I was like, okay. And he designed this ring, and it was the first one, and I was amazed and shocked, and I couldn't believe he made it for me. And so from there, it went to, we got one for, Christian wanted to get one for Lonnie Hiramoto, my best friend that I've known since 1977. World champion, legendary young man. He won the biggest contest of the year in '78. Well, no, maybe not the biggest, but the most important one, because it was on the CBS Sports Spectacular at the Runway Skate Park in Carson. And Steve took third place. I took second, and it was the first nationally televised vert contest. It was kind of like the X Games. It had full pipe, it had the big bull, it had a vert ramp, it had high jump, bank freestyle, bank slalom. So it was kind of like, in a way, the first like major contest. I'm going to hand the mic over to Christian Hosoi so he can tell everybody a little about what we're gonna do. Here we go.
Let's go.
How are you guys doing today?
All right.
Are you guys stoked to be here? You're in the presence of legends right here. These guys have done more for the sport than most people. And I just want to start with Steve Van Doren. Steve Van Doren has been he is an icon. He's in the Hall of Fame. And for him to have, you know, this moment of presentation of a ring, it just honors the man who has done so much for skateboarding. You guys who skateboard, you know, you're passionate about what you do. You love what you do. You did it. You fell down. You got hurt. You got back up and you kept skating. Well, Steve, he made it possible for all of us to grow skateboarding, to put the shoes on our feet. Like me, Steve, and Steve, we all wear Vans because not only is it a cool company, not only is it one of the oldest companies, but they're actually the best shoe to skateboard in. Come on, does anybody know that? So it's not just about fashion, it's about function, and the skateboarders are the ones that validated Steve and his father, Paul, the late great senior Paul. And for skateboarders to identify with the product and say, we want these shoes, but it wasn't just that, it was Steve and his father that said, you know what, skateboarders love our shoes. There was a boat company before this. It was like boat shoes. And when skateboarders got a hold of them, they said, no, these are the best shoes on the planet for skateboarding. And they recognize this. This is one thing about Steve that probably doesn't get enough recognition. It's that he's a visionary. He saw it. He saw how important skateboarding was. He probably loves skateboarding more than 95% of the people in this room. And you know what? I promise you, I travel with him. I've been with him. I know his heart for skateboarding and what he does, how he invests, the company Vans, how they did the Vans Park series, how they support guys like us, the legends who travel around the world representing a brand that believes in skateboarders and believes in people like Steve Alba and Steve Caballero, myself. And so, Steve, man, it's just an honor to be able to say anything about you, you know what I mean, and say how much I love you. You're an amazing person. He's a man of work ethics. This guy works harder probably than everybody in this room, including, well, I'm not the hardest worker, but I tell you, I try my best now. Because, you know, my life has been changed. I got a second chance, you know what I mean? I could have lost it many times, but to see him as an example of how to work hard and to be a role model, to be a leader for a company like Vans, to fight for the brand that he's been fighting for, him and his father, the ups and downs that they've had in their company, but they believed in the Van Doren spirit. They believed in Vans, the company, and they have fought tooth and nail, and they have won the war for this company, and it's all because of Steve Van Doren and his family, Christy and his team, everyone who he chooses, and you know, we get to be a part of that. And so I just want to say congratulations, Steve, on everything. And I know that this isn't the end. We're still growing, you know, the culture of skateboarding. So give it up for Steve Van Doren.
So much. When my dad first started, I was the youngest person at Vans at 10 years old. Now I'm the oldest person at Vans, going to be 70 this year. Having family, you know, that my daughter's down at Jack's Pro, sponsored by Vans on the beach today. Peter's family who's here works with Vans all this time, but you know, over the years, right here, this Steve has been wearing Vans more than anybody in this whole place here because he's been the loyalist Van fan ever, back in the 70s. And you know, him and his brother, and growing up, and he always had Vans, and I really want to say thank you so much, Steve, for always being there and wearing the product and going to those pools and, you know, striving to make all of us here proud that we're all in the skateboard world and stuff. But Steve Caballero, got to travel a lot with him, but first signature shoe, we're so honored, you know, back in 1988, my dad sold the company and we started designing the shoe. In 89, the first full cab came out, in 92, the half cab. But honestly, the longest running signature shoe ever in the world. Yeah. Steve Caballero. That's right. I never skateboarded. We actually do have some film. Back when I was 8 years old, we moved to California from Boston, and I'm on a board with, you know, metal wheels going down the sidewalk at my house and stuff, but never did. I just wanted to find talent and go and have it go around the world and stuff, and being able to travel with Christian, Steve, Tony, Steve, you know, people all that we get to travel around the world and see people, and everywhere I go, any airport, no matter where we go, these guys attract the skateboarders because it's a big family community and stuff. But I'm honored today. Thank you very much for creating that first one, and thank you for creating it today for us. All right.
All right, give it up for Steve Van Doren right there. And by the way, Vans is a skateboard shoe company now. Give it up for Vans for supporting skateboarding. All right, so we're gonna go with the younger out of the two. next, Steve Caballero, like Howard said, needs no introduction. But he's not only invented maneuvers, he's not only been one of the idols that I had when I rode for Bones Brigade with him. I was like literally 12 years old, first entering contest, and he was already killing it, like doing every trick, going up against Dwayne Peter, Salba, Eddie Elguera, and he was the smallest guy. And me and Ray Bones would be hanging out, and we'd be like, dude, look at this guy. He could do everything. Look how small he is. But he was advanced. It wasn't just small and doing tricks. He was like progressing, and then when he came out with the Caballero, it was like known that this is the future of skateboarding right here. That was like the first 540, the first ollie, it was the Caballero. And so Steve not only has invented maneuvers, but he's also a father. He's an amazing dad. I've seen him, sacrifice, even his career at times for his children, you know what I mean? And that says a lot about being a father. I'm a father as well, and so commending you on those decisions that you've made. But he's a motorcycle, like motocross ripper. He's an artist. He's a man of many talents, you know what I mean? And he still shreds today. I just seen him just do a Caballero recently, and we just entered a contest together. And for us to have this long career of skateboarding is pretty much almost, it's miraculous, you know what I mean? Because I thought I'd be done by 22. TA was out at 22. I was like, I got a little bit of time. But Steve has not only has the longest running shoe, but he's been riding for Powell for how many years, Steve?
Since 1979.
1979, wow. 46 years riding for Powell Peralta. Probably the loyalist skateboarder on the planet, and I know his character. I know he's very meticulous about everything that he does, and I'm super proud to be his brother. We have the same faith. We travel around. We share with people who we are, what we believe in, our family values. But this guy is truly well deserved of this Hall of Fame ring, and it's a special honor. Let me explain to you. This ring is a special honor that Howard and Carlos the jeweler has come up with. This is something that's not just, we're gonna just do it for all the Hall of Famers. I think it's a very chosen thing, and for you to get one of these, it's very special. And Steve Caballero definitely deserves it.
That's right.
Give it up for Steve Caballero.
Thanks, Christian. And I found out how easy it was to get one. I'm like, whoa, when they start making these rings? And I called Howard, and I go, Howard, what's up with the rings? What's up with the rings? He's all, you want one? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, of course I'd want one. And here we are today, so thanks, Howard. Thanks, for amazing rings. Yeah, it's an honor, for sure, and especially everything that Christian said. It's a great honor to be in this sport for so long. I'm 6 years old. I'm still trying to be a professional skateboarder. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but I used to laugh at this guy at the comedy for stretching.
Who stretches now?
I'm stretching now.
There we are.
Yeah, be careful who you make fun of. Because it's payback time and I'm feeling it. He was way ahead of our time as far as skating in your 60s and preparing yourself. And yeah, you have to take care of your body, not only mentally, but physically as well, and to enjoy what we enjoy. And skateboarding is a very dangerous sport, but it's also very exciting, and it's brought all these relationships with all these people. And when I got inducted in 2010, I had to describe what that meant to me to be entered in the Hall of Fame, and all I could come up with was, it's the relationships that you build in this community that means more than all the accolades, the placings, the fame and fortune. But it's all you guys that came here today to help celebrate, and it's these guys here that I have relationships with and friendships, hopefully still. But yeah, so I'm very thankful to be here and honored.
We look around later in 2025. Stevie has a documentary that I got to peek at about 3 weeks ago and stuff. It's going to be coming out. Top secret, but it's awesome.
Amazing. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Definitely, I saw the documentary, and it's going to be incredible. You guys are going to want to go and watch it and share it. It's a story that is, you know, just like how you see it on, you know, in his whole career path. You know, it's rising, it's falling, it's getting back up, it's doing better. It's an amazing documentary, and it's called, do you have a name for it? Defying Gravity. Yeah. Coming out later this year. And congratulations to you and Manny, the director. All right, so Steve Alba. Give it up for Steve Alba in the house. This guy, you know, we really all wouldn't be here without guys like Steve Alba. You know, winning the first contest, Spring Valley. I mean, him and his brother, their dual, like, incredible, like, attitudes. You know, was synonymous in skateboarding. Like, they were the best, and they were the gnarliest. But they were also just passionate about what they do. You know, and Steve, I remember meeting him probably the first time at Upland, and because my dad managed Marina Del Rey, I think I got like a little bit of a juice card with the guys, you know, because it was known that I was that kid, but I was shredding a little bit, you know what I mean? And when I came, Mickey and Steve are the guys. They run the park. Like, they're the gatekeepers of Upland. And, you know, it's the man pool of the world. It is till this day. There's not a pool that has been any gnarlier than that pool. And when I got there, I just remember seeing Steve, and I was like, there he is, that's the dude. And there's Mickey, there's the dudes. I'd seen him in the mags. But it wasn't just that, it was how they controlled the pool and how everybody... and you know, you get vetted, you get you know, there's a school of hard knocks back in the day. These kids these days, they don't got that. They got parents hovering around them, and you can't do anything, and all this stuff. But back in our day, it was like hazing almost. It was like, you want to skate the pool? All right. They're like, you got a frontside roll in first, go before, or you can't skate. And I was like, sick. Because me and Pat Noho, congratulations, Pat Noho just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. He's my mentor and one of my best friends, but I just remember me and Pat doing frontside roll-ins in the deep end at the Dog Bowl Marina, and it was just like, hey, me and Salvo were just talking about it was kind of like the North Wall at Upland. And we would play tag, and I would roll in right there and lose everybody. You know, me and Pat. And so when I got there and he said that, it's kind of like, it was the gnarliest thing to do back in that day. And I just remember going, thank you that he chose that one, right? And I just go and I do it, they're like, dude, sick, you can skate. And everybody, like, you can't skate unless you frontside roll in the deep end at Upland. You're screwed. But that's these guys' like punk rock, almost like, I just remember them being punk. But the Badlands was a place for proving grounds. It was not only a place for proving grounds, but it evolved with skateboarding. It brought all the best. Caballero has some of his one of my favorite photos of him doing a backside boneless in that pool, and just the Caballero that he has a sequence in that pool was just iconic times. But that's where these guys were born and raised, and they commanded respect around the world. And I think that that's something that, you know, skateboarding's had that has kept skateboarding so unique in its style. Starting with Jim Muir's in the house. Give it up for Jim Muir. Legendary Jim Muir. You know, Dogtown, still running Dogtown. He knows all what I'm talking about because they started all this stuff. You know, the localization, you know, heckling, and just, you know, really. It really is. It's how you taught your friends how to elevate themselves.
That's right.
Today, you got all these soft kids that are just like, dude, you're lame doing that. I'm lame. You know what I mean? Oh, why'd you this all the time. This is like my little lesson, but you know, that's what these guys took on and they did. And but he's a family man. He's got boys that are incredible. They're incredible skaters. They're incredible boys. Jules is here, his wife. Beside every, you know, good man is a strong woman, and she's just incredible. Supports him like no other. He's the king of backyard pools. Right? The king, the master. Not only is he like skates the most, but he rips the most. This guy is an example to all of us, like Caballero said about his stretching. You know, I used to stretch because of Bruce Lee back when I used to enter contests.
That's right.
But he was ahead of the game because he saw the longevity of it. And he proved the longevity of it. And it's truly incredible how much you inspire me, Steve, to want to be healthy, to want to keep skating. And I know that's resonating with everybody here. You know, for us to follow you is another thing, right? You know, everybody has their own like little strongholds that, you know, you got family, you got to do this, you got a job. But we need to take some notes from Steve on how to take care of your body so that you could skate pretty much forever, because the way that I look at it, he's just still getting started. He's still shredding backyard pools. I can't wait to go and, you know, come on his like road trips to hit up all the backyard pools and just be part of that, because that's the heartbeat of skateboarding right there. Vertical skateboarding came from a backyard swimming pool.
Right.
Herbie Fletcher doing a frontside 64, I believe, over the light. I think it's like that's where it all started. Vertical skateboarding would not be here if it wasn't for that and wasn't for him keeping that fire lit. And amazing artist. He does art. It's incredible stencil work. He does, you know, makes product. It's incredible. I always buy stuff from him. You should buy stuff from him. But he also is obviously one of the greatest musicians as well.
Right.
Playing, you know, anywhere from surf music to punk rock. His band Powerflex 5, and just his attitude is still Salba. He still has a voice. He still says what he feels. I love that about him. He doesn't hold back just because, you know, you need to fit in. I think that that's something that we have lost in this world, is that people will say what they think and feel and be proud of it. And so I'm proud to be your friend. I always looked up to you, Steve, and your brother. So give it up for Steve Alba.
Put me on the spot. I can top that. Anyhow, it's a great honor to be here. Again, we're just psyched to be here at Howard Shop. I'm really stoked to be here with Carlos, my man here. I've been, you know, me and him kind of met some years ago. We've been talking ever since then, skating. You know, the thing is, skateboard world, again, like Steve says here, it's not about all the accolades and all the contests you won and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's part of it. But the major part is this. It's what I say, the grassroots part of it, where you get to meet and greet people. We just talk about skateboarding and all the stuff we like, skateboarding, art, music, and that's what we're all here for. That's why we're here today. And the fact that I'm here with Steve Van Doren and Steve Caballero, I mean, that's, you know, I remember buying my first Vans shoes back on Hope Boulevard in Montclair, way back. I mean, we're talking like 73, 74, right? And then again, this goes back to Jim Muir and the Dogtown guys. Those were the first guys I saw with the two-tone Vans. So I wanted to buy my two-tone Vans, which I bought a blue, a yellow, and a blue. And on the other side, it had a red, a green, and red. And I was so proud of those shoes. And I worked and mowed lawns and everything to get to, you know, I think at that point, they were like $22 or something like that. And then you waited 3-4 weeks in the mail, or whatever, they call you back, you come back to the shop. And I came home and I'm wearing my shoes. I'm so proud of them. And I walk in the door and my dad's all, what are those fucking clown shoes? We're out of the bowling alley. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, and then like my whole thing was just crushed. And I'm like, what do you think? And then like, you know, we go to school and of course everybody makes fun of us. And then like, you know, literally like a month later, everybody's copying us.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the thing about skateboarding. Whatever we do, whatever we wear, whatever we say, whatever we show the world, art. I mean, the thing is with the whole art thing is, you know, I've always been very artistic. But the thing is, for me, is like just seeing all the other people do art into skateboarding. And so the thing is, all my friends, from Stevie to Lance to Hasoy to Noho, I mean, to Jim Muir, to everybody. Eric Dressen's here too, one of my good buddies too. Lonnie Hiramoto, you know, Howard Hood. You know, for me, my thing goes back to the 70s. People think I'm an 80s skater, but you gotta remember, I came from the 70s. And so people who were in the 70s who still skate today, that's kind of a rare breed, to be honest with you, because, you know, I mean, that's 50-some years at this point. But knowing that, you know, that you've skated in the 70s and the 80s and 90s and 2000 and all the way to now, I mean, that's, you almost have to kind of like reinvent yourself, kind of somewhat, and to kind of keep relevant with everything. And like Christian says, I've always just spoke my mind and say what I say, and sometimes people piss me off. And granted, hey, I've had some great arguments with this guy over the years, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's the love when it all comes down to it, because, you know, we all know, like, we've been through so much together, and you throw all that crap out the window, like, even if we're mad at each other, like, we'll call each other back up. I mean, Mr. Van Doren is so important to us as far as Susan. I mean, he came to my dad's funeral, my memorial. I mean, this is how, I mean, this guy is like, you know, he's in my opinion, there's no better dude in skateboarding except for Mr. Van Doren. Yeah.
There you go.
There's only certain people that kind of go at all the events.
Day. All the Steves are here. And I believe in celebrating people while they're alive and they're with us. And that's what we're doing right now. They're already been in the Hall of Fame for a while, but we're celebrating their lifetime achievement while they're here. And that's what this is all about. Celebrate people while they're still here, they're next to you. Don't hold a grudge. You know, look at what people have done for you in the past and celebrate them. And I'm very thankful that I'm part of this. I just started with, what am I gonna do with my buddy that just got into the Hall of Fame? And I asked a jeweler, it's like, make him a ring. I don't know. What else do I know how to do? I can't make him a skateboard, so I can't teach him how to skate because he's a lot better than me. So I'm gonna make him a ring. So, and then from there, you know, went down the line and we started doing these events, and he opened up his shop, and you know, we are all happy to see you guys.
Yeah,
here.
hard life
skate shop, and want to see this skate shop thrive and continue to grow. Thank you.
Let's go.
All right, Carlos, present the rings.
Alright, so let's start.
All right, this is the ring presentation.
Drum roll, please.
Yes. Let's see, you guys all hold the box up first. Keep it in the box. You get presented the box, and then we'll have you put on the rings and shoot photos with the rings. We'll do a whole.
Nice
close up.
You can present the rings.
Cinematic.
There you go. There you go. Nice. How incredible is that? The craftsmanship. There you go. Steve Van Doren. All right. There you go. Turn the rings around, gentlemen. Put them all together, and whoever needs a photo or video, you got right now. Here. All right. Right there. Look at me, guys. There you go. Right there. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I got mine. Big shout out to Eric Dressen in the house. Give it up for Eric Dressen. He's in the house. If you want to come up and show your ring as well, Lonnie, at the very end, we'll get a ring, like little photo. All the.
Right here, guys.
Okay, everyone look at Ray. Move in, Steve. There you go. There you go. There you go. Nice. That's right.